Hello everyone, this is going to be video number 16, Rise Against Narcs. And today's video is going to be about hoovering and what you can do about it and what hoovering really is. And so let's get started. But first, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can get uploads on when I upload for the next video. Okay, so let's talk about the narcissist and hoovering. Okay, so you need to be aware that when a narcissist leaves you, sometimes they are thinking about, they're in their head, they're thinking that they're not going to come back. Okay. They are done with you. They are, and this is part of the disorder. Okay. So in their mind, you became into the black area of their head. You are outcasted. You're treated like trash and just left and abandoned. But when that narcissist leaves, they are thinking they're not going to come back. Now, you remember that they're leaving on the fact that pretty much 100% they have someone else lined up, or they've been talking to someone. They feel like you're old news and they found somebody new. The list goes on and on. And we'll save that for another video. But this is where they go out, they leave, and you don't hear from this person maybe for days or months, and sometimes months and months. Because they're trying out this new supply and how it's going to go with this person. So, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my dog here. So, that when but then they get over there, and while they're going through this cycle, when they have actually left you, they have now went to that person thinking that this person's going to be their saving grace. This person's going to be perfect for them. This person doesn't cause them problems. This person will understand and save them and take care of them. And so this is the way they're looking at that. But once they get with that person, and after a certain amount of time, say a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they're starting to see that this person has issues. This person is not perfect. This person is not, and this is part of their disorder because their time limit on everything is really like clockwork. They do sit there and think about how long it's been since they haven't spoke to you, and this is why no contact is so important. Even though you're trying to get in touch with this person and they're shacking up or laying up with somebody else. Okay, so or they're trying to hook up with this person, and more than likely they have already slept with this person. Okay, so when they do that hoovering, it's because now they don't like that person for whatever reason. That person started seeing their flaws, started seeing the mask fall, and now they're putting that person through that cycle just like they did you. Now they're looking at you again because the old you have faded out, right? So now they're starting to re-idealize you as someone new, a new person all over again. Like, oh well, John or Katie was not that bad. I could just go back. I'm pretty sure they will take me back, because that narcissists that cannot be without someone. They just can't. They cannot be alone for 2 hot seconds. So while they're devaluing you, or disrespecting the other, supply that they were with, they are now looking at you as the new, brand new, shiny diamond toy all over you. So they're back and forth with this motion of, between you two, because there's two things. There's something about you, and there's something about that person they're trying to take advantage of, and they're always taking advantage of something. And it's usually not sex. They're just there to have a free place to live, money. Usually, most of the time, it's financial. Um, they're using people for that reason. Okay, so but they might use sex to get it, but that's not what they're coming back for you for. Okay, they will go to different people for that, and that's how they get people to be trauma bonded to them or to cause a emotional attachment to them. So they come back hoovering you. So before they even pick up that phone, they already know what they're going to say to you. If John answers or if Katie answers, this is what I'm going to say: how much I miss them, how much I love them, and how much they want to work things out, how they want things to be, and they want to make their marriage work. They want to make this relationship work. They're telling you everything that is a lie. And that's part, again, is that disorder coming in. At the moment, they might be trying to just kind of somewhat mean it, just to get back with you, to get you back into their cycle, okay? Because one of the things they can't, the hoovering is made for, is just like the vacuum cleaner. They want to suck you back into their world and not let you get out of their world, okay? So this is why they're back and forth, because they got to keep you in their world. They got to keep that person in the world. This is very exhausting, but they have to go through the cycle of planning when to leave you to be able to be with that person. And then when they're with that person, they're trying to plan with them to lead them to come back to be with you. So they're back and forth a lot, and this is why you see a lot of that inconsistent behavior going on, okay? So they are with other people, or they're trying to get with other people, but once that person shows them that you might be a better deal coming back to, because maybe you had more money, maybe you were more understanding, maybe you massaged them, whatever it is, they're going to come back and hoover you. And they will do this, and the cycle completely goes around and around multiple times until you stop it. And they will keep hoovering you and hoovering and hoovering. Even when you tell them you don't want them anymore and you broke it off, they're like, oh, John's just mad, or Katie's just mad. So I just go over here and play a little while, and then when I get tired of that person, I'll just come back when Katie's calmed down, or when John's calmed down. When I feel safe to do so, I'm going to come back. And so they do test your personality. They test about how many months it's going to take, or how many weeks it's going to take. They kind of start testing you on that. Okay, so that's why they get in that rage with you, and they go crazy, and they find a reason to leave. So, but once they get over there with that person, they realize that, excuse me, they realize that person is not who they thought they were. Just like that person didn't know who they were. They are now coming back to you because they don't want nobody else to have you. Okay, that's one. And so number two is they gotta keep you emotionally attached and trauma bonded to them. So when they go through that cycle again, it's deepening that trauma bond, so you won't never leave them. So this is where you have to understand, my friends, is that these people thrive on emotional abuse, mental emotional abuse, and they thrive on hurting people. Yeah, and you're just like, why would somebody want to do that? Because their disorder tells them so. And their disorders tell them without any empathy or sympathy for other people, or any consideration for other people. So this person will be bouncing back and forth throughout your life, in and out of your life, as many times as you allow it. So who does the final ending to this relationship or situationship is you. The hoovering will stop when you actually block them, cut them off, and don't show any reaction to any text messages or emails from multiple phone numbers calling you and contacting you. They will try to get in touch with you. Okay, and if they know where you live, they will actually, or where you live, they will actually show up at your house unannounced. So you got to think about this in the way of how crazy making this is, because that's exactly what their goal is, to get you so crazy and emotionally addicted to them and trauma bonded to them that you won't never ever leave. And they're not planning on you leaving. And if you do decide to leave, it might be 2 or 3 years down the road. But they will come in and out of your life, love bombing you, telling you all the beautiful things that you want to hear, but they don't act on it. It's all fake promises. It's all broken promises. It's all words that just has no meaning to the word whatsoever. And yes, they know this is a plan that they plan to do before they even pick up the phone. They know they're not going to take care of you. They know they're not going to support you. They know they're not going to stay with you. They know that they're going to leave in 3 weeks or 6 weeks, whatever their timeline is. So they do hoover you based on, because the other situation is not working. Their family might be kicking them out. The ex-partner might be kicking them out. And you can see the hatred at the point when they do leave you. You will see that narcissistic injury, how much they resent you and how bitter they are to you. They will just stop talking to you altogether. And you can be married and be with this person, and tomorrow they wake up, they decide they're not going to speak to you for a month, and that's what they do. Or 2 months, whatever it takes. And it gets longer and longer. So when they know that you can play the game with them, and if they've been gone 4 months and they come back, they're going to repeat that whole entire cycle, or they might speak with you for 10 or 15 minutes to get that attention from you or that validation from you. And they'll go another 4 months and not speak to you. That's just the way they are. But once they can't get what they want from you, they decide to go off and find somebody else who will do it. Okay. But this is where you have to step up yourself and love yourself and say, if this person ever calls me again, I'm not answering. You know what they want. You know what they're going to do. It's not even a situation of winning or losing. It's more like, why would you want to put yourself through that? You know exactly they're going to try to set you back in your healing process, or set you back where you would take them back. The trauma bond is a very strong guarantee to them. You will always say yes to them. So this is the part where you have to kind of realize they're come back to play you as a fool. They're coming back because they have zero respect and zero empathy for anybody. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your life. They don't care if they leave you heartbroken and damaged and messed up in the head, where it takes you 6 months or a year to heal. They don't care. They're going to come back at the time where you're just about almost healed. But this is on hoovering. So if someone calls you, your ex, partner, family members, when they disappear on you, you're going to have to wipe your hands clean of that person. As hard as it is, they're not going to change. They're going to and you're like, well, they say they're sorry. Well, and you should know, if you've been definitely more than 2 or 3 cycles with this person, they're only going to extend the pain to you for years to come. You're only wasting your time, and you'll be wasting your days and years. This person is so dysfunctional that you're not going to be able to fix it. Okay, even a psychiatrist can't fix them. But they come back to Hoover to keep you in the loop, to keep you attached to them, to keep you trauma bonded to them, so you can never walk away from them. And they're betting that you never will. Okay. But anyway, we'll have a part 2 to videos when you actually say no to that narcissist. And the next video will be about Hoover, and when they know you're gone, what happens to that narcissist. So, in the narcissistic collapse. So yes, so that's what I have for you, my friends. So if you're getting hoovered by any means, just know that person, you can answer that call, but that person is not coming back because they miss you, they love you, and they decided they want to build a whole entire life with you. They're coming back for control, to keep you in your place, to keep you submissive, to keep you begging on them, to keep you from moving on, to keep you from finding anyone else. It's all, but they're just doing it to make sure you stay in your place. Okay, so that's what I have for you. And if you have any questions, if you'd like me to be your life coach, email me at riseagainstnarcs@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to be your life coach. If you're struggling with narcissistic abuse, trauma bonding, and understanding, I have been through this situation, so friends and family can't understand the warpness behind it all, and how people can be like this, and it's just like, okay, just cut them off. But when you're with somebody who's trauma bonded you and gaslit you to the wits end, you don't know what to believe anymore because the trauma is there. So I'll be glad to work with you and help you through your, these false realities that these types of narcissistic avoidance cause. And but definitely, a Hoover will come, and you're like, but I don't think he's coming back or she's coming back. When they go downhill, they're going to come back. When the other person gave up on them and kicked them to the curb, they're going to come back because you're their safe landing. All right. So, but don't take back somebody who made you feel hurt you like that, because they showed you already one time how badly they can hurt you. The second time and third time's even worse. Okay, so just make sure you're being aware of that, but stay mentally healthy and sane, and protect your sanity and protect your mental health. Okay, but that's what I have for you. But anyway, let me know. I'm gonna pray for you, and I hope that you stay healthy in all things to come. All right, so this is not about pride and ego. Just do what's best for you. Okay, take care. Bye bye.